You know, sometimes people message the Doomcast and say, hey, I need a recommendation, or where should I start with this character? Like, for example, Daniel Thatcher wrote me, hey, I know you're a big fan of Iron Fist. I am. And I really want to get into this character. No, not because of the recent Netflix show. Yeah, I don't blame you. I was wondering if you had any suggestions on any Iron Fist storylines that come in like collected editions that I should pick up. Thanks! This is a really great question, Daniel, and I really did want to answer this in an episode as soon as I could. It only took me 3.5 months. Fortunately, I am very smart and can answer any question better than anyone ever. Hello, I'm unfortunately freckled human encyclopedia Dan Umphin. Welcome to the Doomcast. First of all, when you're interested in a character and you really want to get into them, there's not really a wrong place to start, but there are definitely best places to start. I love the character of Iron Fist, but some of the old characters' history can be a little problematic, just like the Netflix show, just like his role in Defenders, although overall that series was pretty good. There's also characters tangentially related to Danny Rand that are also worth picking up, and you can probably guess who they are. So let's start where I fell in love, the Ed Brubaker Matt Fraction run on Iron Fist. This is just a balls-to-the-wall fun series. It's super deep and it puts a ton of new history out there. Danny meets Orson Randall, a relative and previous incarnation of the Iron Fist, along with another group of superpowered masters of different schools of Kung Fu in the 7 Cities of Heaven. Randall gives Danny the Book of the Iron Fist, which contains secrets of the past Iron Fists, and a lot of cool side stories get thrown in about these prior incarnations, and a richer history of Kunlun and the 7 Cities of Heaven get developed there. You also get some crazy battles with the Steel Serpent, battles with other past Iron Fists, and revelations about the origin of Danny's power, and the future of the company that gave him a fortune. Ed Brubaker is an incredible comic book writer, and Fraction is no slouch himself, so this makes for an incredibly good comic run. And it's pretty easy to find in trade, so this is probably, in my opinion, the best representation of the character in media ever. David F. Walker is an outstanding writer, and his work with Sanford Green is a brilliant blend that focuses on the current state of affairs between Danny and his buddy Luke Cage, and Luke's attempts to balance family and heroics. It's a great series. This current Iron Fist solo book is only a few issues deep, but it centers around a now somewhat wayward Danny Rand, trying to restore his lost chi, and in the process is offered the opportunity to fight in a tournament against the champions of a mystical city. The city might not be everything it seems, and its leader's intention is to supplant Kunlun as a capital city of heaven. So far, this book has been pretty engaging. Old school Power Man and Iron Fist and Heroes for Hire. You won't have a hard time finding a lot of this in trade. Going back to the early 80s, you can find a dearth of buddy cop street-level stories by classic Marvel greats like Roy Thomas and Archie Goodwin, Steve Englehart, Gary Conway, that focus on street-level crime fighting that makes Luke and Danny fan favorites. So there you go. Good place to start. Start from the very best representation of the character in media, then move to current stuff, and then keep going back and delve into classic stories. For me, that's about the best way to do it. Thanks, everybody. This has been the Doomcast. We'll see you next week.